Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. Straight ahead, we've got a terrific matchup on tap between the Baltimore Ravens and the Seattle Seahawks. With that, let's get up to Seattle. Standing by at CenturyLink Field, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with Joe Flacco and the Baltimore Ravens. Hi again, everyone. I'm Brandon Godden. Welcome to the NFL on EA Sports. With me, as always, Charles Davis. And, Charles, we look at a matchup like this. It's really the running backs that may take center stage here today.
And in today's football, they're still valuable, not just as runners, but guys who can catch the ball as well. It's really the number of touches that determines things these days.
On the return, here's White. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So here come the Ravens with their first look on offense. A man calling the shots in the huddle in his 11th season now, the MVP of Super Bowl 47, and that's Joe Flacco.
Throughout his career, he's been tough, hard-nosed, and certainly durable. Only 6 starts missed in his first 10 seasons and played 16 games 9 times. But for the first time in his career, a little competition headed his way with first-round pick Lamar Jackson from Louisville set to contest for the #1 job.
They go play action here on first down. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Flacco off play action. Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And on this first drive, looks like they want to get that vertical passing game going early.
And they did, and what a warning shot they just fired. If you're not going to back up and play coverage deep, we're going to attack you all game long. And once you adjust to that and you start to back off, then that opens things up underneath. A really nice start for them. Great way to get the game going.
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Here's the first carry for Alex Collins. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards. On second down, Collins. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so they're left with a 3rd down and 6. And the big meat on the D-line, we'll see how they do today. And I'd hate to be an offensive lineman having to deal with these guys. They come in hungry, mean, and confident. They think that no one can block them.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd. Flacco from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on 3rd down to bring up 4th. Now Justin Tucker. He has hit from 61 in his career, so he has the leg for this. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. An opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson, eluding the pressure right, and he'll get it down here to the 43. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. A beautiful fake. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run. On 1st down, Wilson, flush to his right. Oh, he's got some breathing. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. So a rocky start on both sides offensively. Turnovers exchanged.
I saw what you did there.
What I did?
Rocky.
Too rocky.
I saw that. I got it. And right now, they're carrying it around like they are wearing boxing gloves. If we're going to have that kind of a reference, they've got to get it together and start playing a little bit better ball.
And throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Though we've seen some good pressure defensively already here in the 1st quarter, here's another good example.
Now again to Collins. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 11 situation. Well, that play was doomed right from the start.
He just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle.
And that is incomplete. Bradley McDougald that time able to knock it away.
Let's give some credit to the defensive guys on that play. Able to bat that one away. Sure looked like they were trying to hit the corner route.
On is the punter Cook, who sends it away. Fielded at about the 28. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if it
got a man, it's caught inside the 10. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin, 53 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
An inaugural trip to the red zone here for the Seahawks. They've got a 1st and goal just inside the 5. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
2nd and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. They'll give it to him up the middle. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense.
And he will take this one in for the Seattle touchdown. A great play there, taking it in from a yard out. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead.
But they decided to run it in and got it done on 3rd and goal. A lot of times, that's a passing play.
And the kicker just has to come out for the PAT. He can breathe a sigh of relief as well, right?
Although I don't know if he's really breathing a sigh of relief. I think he likes to put 3 points on his ledger.
Janikowski good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. Out to kick is Janikowski. Now White on the return. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Operating off play action, Flacco. And that is incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. And it's 3rd and short.
I like the play action there on 2nd and short, partner. You try and convince those safeties you're going to run for it. Hit them with that play action, looks like a run, and then try and go over the top. Didn't work, but I like the play call.
They'll try and run forward with Collins. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down. Good opening quarter for him. Remember, he had the sack earlier. Now a tackle for loss, another tackle for loss.
He's really making it tough on the play caller, though, isn't he? Because it's one thing to try and adjust when a guy's disrupting your running game. But when he's messing up your passing game as well, they may have to devote at least a second guy to him to try and keep him away from their plays.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And out now come the Seahawks. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in the... And that's caught inside the 30. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 74 yards. And the Seahawks get the quick strike touchdown. Well, you know he can be explosive, and he's ultra-explosive there on the fly route.
And you know how many times we've talked to coaches and we've had quoted back to us, well, you know something? When you execute really well, it doesn't matter if they know it's coming or not. Well, sometimes athleticism beats you as well. He just took off and went. That's almost like one of your Turkey Bowl games, isn't it? Just go long,
Backyard.
man. I'll hit you. And it worked really well for them.
Janikowski adds the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. One play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. Out to kick is Janikowski. On the return, here's White. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. And the Ravens taking the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They fake the handoff. Now Flacco to pass. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I know some teams are leery about playing cover 2 because the strong safety's not usually a terrific cover guy. But in this case, he played it perfectly. Read the football and went and made the interception.
The Seahawks offense now, they get set to go back to work. And last time the formula was pretty simple. 1 play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, 1 play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was real easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. And now he'll turn, and off his back foot, he'll heave this deep. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down. Well, he's been the guy already over 100 yards here in the first half. Could have had a lot more if he would have been able to haul that one in.
Yeah, in fact, our statistician Marvin was already handing me a piece of paper with that yardage totaled on it. He thought that catch was going to happen just as you and I did as well.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. This is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 35. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. 48 yards. A nice job there, Charles. They picked up the blitz, were able to complete the pass.
That had the total feel of a quarterback in control. Red blitz, got him into the right protection scheme, so he doesn't get hit back there. He's got a chance to step up with supreme confidence and deliver it downfield for a nice completion.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Tony Jefferson in there to drop him, and it'll be a loss of about 8.
Well, maybe that can give him a little bit of a pick-me-up, a little bit of a jolt. One of the few things has gone right defensively.
Because other than that, it's really been a first half to forget. To throw is Wilson. To throw on 2nd down. And he's going to go down again. C.J. Mosley in there to drop him, and sacks on 1st and 2nd downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Throwing is Wilson. That's caught inside the 20. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
This defense porous so far in this first quarter. They face another 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. Only a yard that time. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and Penny standing by himself in the backfield. He'll get it up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory.
So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays, yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
Oh, I think the Seahawks got it. They did. It's Seattle football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. That one goes for 36 yards.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. And on that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
His throw caught right around the 6. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. And Dixon from 19 yards away. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Boy, it's nice to have that big, reliable target you can go to.
Each and every time. A lot of people see that position as a fallback. Throw it to them when all else fails. Not at all. This guy can make plays, and that's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, play here for a touchdown. Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the route is on here in this first half. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. Well, not content with the first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me.
And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 46 yards. And the Ravens cut into that lead. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make it 24-7. And they're able to get the connection on the long touchdown pass, and that's one of the easiest drive summaries you'll ever see. 1 play, touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. He spins free, and he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And time for us to spotlight Doug Baldwin. And as we look at the tape, he's getting close to 200 yards. Think he can smell it?
He can not only smell it, he can probably count it. And he's looking to get there and beyond it. But right now, what we're seeing, a lot of junk defenses like in basketball when you're trying to stop a leading scorer and they just have no answers for him right now. Whatever they're throwing out there, he's going right through it.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. On 1st down, Wilson flushed out right. Got some room at the 30. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
Here's Wilson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down. Wilson throwing on 1st down. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he is taken down deep in Baltimore territory. It's a big hook up there. Wilson to Baldwin. And even 40 yards.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got the step on him. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and it'll bring up a 2nd down. Wilson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will push this lead up to 20 now. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim, and hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Now, after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. Now White on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now here come the Ravens. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense. And
the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Bobby Wagner able to get in there and drop him for a 2-yard loss.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense, this team should be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
4 yards on the pickup there, and now they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Able to spin free. A good return there, 17 yards. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to come back onto the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tough.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now Hundley. And that'll be incomplete. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, there in coverage.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Throwing, Hundley. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pickup there at 22.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. It makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
And some room to roam now. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Here's Wilson, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Well, not content with a first quarter lead, I guess. They're going to go onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. They were forced to punt last time. Now, I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it. I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down, a very solid gain on that play.
Flacco fakes the give, sets to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there? You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. At the end of 1. Can't wait to see what the second quarter has in store. We'll be back to Seattle right after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the Ravens who have the football. They've got it 2nd and 6 to start things out. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They run. Collins. And he stopped immediately there. Tackle made there by Frank Clark. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle. That's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold him to no gain.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here, back at the 21-yard line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Spins away. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. So let's glance at a player spotlight now with Russell Wilson. And Charles, he's already north of 300 yards in this game.
And while watching him work, I just keep coming back to what a magic number that is. We've almost made it routine, haven't we? 300 yards, wow, what a great day. We don't understand what goes into that. And today, he's taking advantage of every opportunity, and he's being very precise throwing the football.
Some highlights to show for his efforts. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Flush to his right. Look at the spin.
Balance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. 1st down, 18-yard gain. Not only another 1st down, that also puts him over 100 yards rushing.
That's not something you see very often in the NFL. We see it more in college. But I think with more of the melding of the college game with quarterbacks, we'll see this a little bit more often in the future.
Wilson now 7 of 10 here in this 1st half, and he's got a 1st and 10. Now Wilson on 1st down. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that when you're up 3 touchdowns, the last thing you want to do is hang one up there and put it in jeopardy and possibly get it intercepted. Got a nice lead. You should be able to protect it. But if you get careless with the football, look out.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. C.J. Mosley in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. They'll indeed go for it with Wilson. Flushed out right. And Dixon over the middle. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. Well, that, my friend, I guess is the definition of a head-scratcher. 4th and long, this stage of the game. What were they doing?
I just have to believe that he looked at the situation, still in the 1st half, decided there's a time to be aggressive. Now is it, because they're still
trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Holding. Defense.
Well, they've already allowed 3 sacks in this first half, now a holding penalty.
So I think drastic measures had to be taken, right? The regular way was not working. He was getting hit almost every snap, it felt like. They had to try and keep him upright.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. That puts a good dent into their first down setback. It's a pickup of 16. Play action. Flacco. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Now Flacco. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Justin Tucker now for the Raven field goal try. This from 54 yards away. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And the Seahawks get ready to trot out on the field. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tempo.
Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down, eluding the pressure right. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Wilson now on 1st and 10, escaping the pressure right. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And this one will be returned to right around the 38-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football, it's either beautiful or a disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play, but when it doesn't work, oh boy, you wish you hadn't.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
Now it appears we've got an injured Raven down there on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. The Ravens on 3rd down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Operating out of the gun. Flacco. He's going deep for Brown. So they took a shot there on 3rd down. Couldn't get it. Now it's 4th.
And attempted a deep ball there. They didn't get it. But, boy, they're going to need a few of those to actually hit in order to get back into this game.
Good thing they do have a little bit of time here still left in the contest. Decent-sized deficit, but not one that they can't manage. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. He's going to field this at the 4. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 14-yard line.
Come on, tempo.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. On 2nd down, here's Wilson. No, he almost had it. Already with 1 interception, just missing his 2nd there. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on 1st down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
They've got his man complete. Give him 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they just treated 3rd and long as simply an opportunity to make an even bigger play. Normally, you're just trying to pick up the 1st down and you know where the sticks are. They took this thing way downfield. Confidence in the receivers to go up and make a play, even with defenders.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. C.J. Mosley getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
I'm starting to wonder if this offensive line just simply doesn't like him. I mean, they've given up 6 sacks in this game. He's had nowhere to go, nowhere to run, and obviously nowhere to hide.
And all those sacks in the first half, this is just complete. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That goes for a gain of 31. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer. As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a 1st down with a nice throw.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will extend their lead even further. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting. That one didn't quite make it to the target, but that's not always a function of the strength of the arm of the quarterback, is it? Sometimes there's just too much pressure there. In any case, the ball doesn't arrive.
A nice job to get 8 there after the incompletion, and now they'll look at a 3rd and 2 coming up.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And able to find John Brown. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down.
Offside. Defense.
And that one was relatively easy to see. I noticed that from up here.
Yeah, it doesn't take a whole lot, does it? Sometimes you get multiples. What I always love on these offsides is when each side points at the other. Hey, you did it. No, you did it. They deciphered that one correctly.
Flacco looks to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
Lockett the return. And now running right through it. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The Seahawks offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Flush to his right. Skirts by him at the 35. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. I guess no need to force it when you can do that instead. First down, 18-yard gain. On 1st and 10, Wilson flushed out right. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Throwing on first down. Wilson eluding the pressure right. He's going to air this out for Baldwin. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick of the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
A pretty rocky start in this game for the guy throwing the ball. Already has thrown one interception. Almost threw a second one right there. All he's doing right now is giving the defense a whole lot of confidence.
Throw left side complete. That's Carson. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 5 yards on the pickup, and that'll make it third down. He may try and run for this. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. Give him 5 on the QB run, but it's going to bring up a 4th down. So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now a play fake here on first down. Got a man, it's Brown. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there. If he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle, and that's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
Third down. Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Now, he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Oh, good footwork on the spin. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On second down, Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out, fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
He finds his man, Baldwin. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Doug Baldwin, 79 yards. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Janikowski now for the point after. Janikowski good with the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Barkevius Mingo in that time on the tackle. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. Back to CenturyLink Field after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will be alongside. He'll have highlights and analysis from Orlando of this first half of action. Flacco here on second down. It's complete to Brown, right side. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
What terrifies defenses when they see slant routes thrown is that the receiver is on the move, and oftentimes he catches it and gets upfield. Does a really nice job rallying to him and stopping him for a minimal gain.
And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
And this is one of the risks you run when you attempt a long field goal. If you miss, the defense takes over at the spot of the placement. So now they've got a chance to get one more drive in before halftime.
On first down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. On first and 10, it's Wilson. Completes it to Dixon. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. From the left hash, this from 34. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that will extend the lead out to 24. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Boy, I guess they're going to keep trying to put the pedal to the metal here. They're going to try an onside kick. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Joe Flacco and company heading back out onto the field. A lot of the problems have been on the other side of the ball. Is that frustrating for a quarterback who's been playing well?
It is, but there's no way that the best ones let their teammates know that. They actually take it upon themselves and say, okay, I have to do even more, or I need to play better, maybe even say I put my defense in a bad spot. That's what true leadership shows you.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to change much personally. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Flacco to throw again on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this 3rd down play takes place. As they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. The Ravens on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, Flacco. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Frank Clark able to run him down for a 15-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Sam Cook now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And a timeout here. Timeout taken, whistles blown. Timeout taken by the receiving team, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Here's Sam Cook now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Now it's Lockett. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Let's go.
Final play of the half. It's Wilson. Flushed. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome, everybody, to our abbreviated version of the EA Sports Halftime Report. This one is maybe not exactly in the bag yet, but there is definitely a big mountain to climb in this third quarter. The teams are already back out there, so let's not waste any time, as we'll turn it back over to Brandon Gaudin.
Here come the Seahawks now, set to take over on offense. They had a big first half. Now they have a chance to add to that lead here in the opening possession of the second half.
And everyone always asks about halftime adjustments, kind of the key phrase. What did you do at halftime? Well, the way they ran offense in the first half, I think they were very calm, congratulatory, but also what they were saying is, don't expect them to be the same on defense. They'll be the ones making the adjustments. Let's see what they do, and we'll attack accordingly.
And we'll see how they attack here. Now Wilson on first down. And the tight end Dixon left side. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 34. To throw is Wilson. Throwing on 1st down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. And a little floater there, but it'll wind up incomplete, falling to the ground.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. On 3rd down, Wilson flushed out right. He can run for it, and he will. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Now, that was a whole lot of open space out in front of him, wasn't it? I'm telling you, Brandon, when things are going right, they are going right.
And everything has been going their way for the most part. I saw that lane start to develop. Boom. He took advantage of it.
Tempo.
From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short gain when he took off running.
Now Wilson on 2nd down, escaping the pressure right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now from the right hash, and this one just a chipping. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that'll push the lead from 24 up to 27. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often, but you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things work well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They go play action here on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. 2nd down, Flacco now. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against his zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation in there. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
After the interception, here's Wilson. He's going to rifle a 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. And he will bring this back. It's a pick-6 and a Raven touchdown. Well, when both guys went up for the ball, I just thought, who's going to come down with it? I didn't think he'd come down with it and then take it all the way for a touchdown.
That's battling, isn't it? Because normally, if both guys go up for it and come down with it, the tie goes to the offense. The defensive player didn't want it to be a tie at all. He wanted a little bit more, took it, and went the other direction.
Tucker now to add the point after. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. This is fielded at the goal line. A spin. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return. And out now come the Seahawks. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their 38. Back to the air, Wilson after the pick-6. Flush to his right. Room to run past midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. No one there to help out downfield, but no problem. Scrambling for 22 and a first.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw. So maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Call it a gain of 5, and that'll make it a 2nd down.
Let's go get it right here. Come on. Come on, let's go.
Here's Wilson looking to throw on 2nd down. Flushed out right. Now he's going to throw. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Seahawks find a way to stretch their lead.
He was able to move around and found some vision to throw the football. And how about how he ended it? Boy, he had some zip on that throw.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to have an arm like that. Results in the touchdown here. Great play offensively. Janikowski on for the extra point. Janikowski adds the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, You need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Third down, Flacco from the gun. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, touch and time here critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
He had the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this score will stay right where it is. And it's hard to hold a kick from this distance against him, but that is now 3 misses for him in the game so far.
3! And you wonder where his head's at right now. Kickers are a funny breed, but I have a feeling he'd love to see a 29-yarder next time to get him back in the groove.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down. Well, one thing's for sure, they're still taking their shots downfield, even with a big lead.
I think it's way too early to go into a shell, so I like what they're doing. Continue to take your shots. Continue to be aggressive. It's not their job to slow themselves down.
And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now it's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And off his back foot, he'll heave this one deep. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively. But instead it just brings up 4th down.
Perhaps they overthought this one a little bit. They've been running it real well on this drive, and it was 3rd and short, okay? They decided to throw the football incomplete. Yeah, they might have thought just a little bit too hard about that play selection.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time out, another missed field goal, so maybe their confidence wavering a little bit right now in the kicking game.
And I'm with you on that. I think at this stage, they're
under pressure, and Flacco's going to be dropped. Tom Johnson with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Only 2 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 to be exact.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down. And that's exactly why the Ravens drafted him, added him to their stable after drafting Hayden Hurst in the 1st round, a second tight end who can catch the football. He looks like a guy who's going to line up on the line of scrimmage and mash you in the running game as a blocker. But his best attributes, splitting out, catching the football almost as an extra wide receiver. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And once again, not much running room, if any at all. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
Flacco from the gun. Gets it to Brown, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That one goes for 29 yards on third down. Flacco now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They look to throw on 1st and 10 with Flacco. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
Got a man, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, a 24-yard touchdown, and the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, yes, that's his 3rd touchdown catch, which is very impressive, but on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Tucker now for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Lockett the return. Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at the return.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
Well, the secondary's really struggled today, but that's a little bit of a measure of revenge, isn't it? And they just followed the basic rules. See ball, knock ball away, turned into a nice play.
2nd and 10 now. Wilson escaping the pressure right. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Obviously, a big play was needed, and you can see his eyes light up as he realized there's absolutely no one in front of him. And he takes off and goes a long way. Not only does he pick up a 1st down, but a big gain to boot.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
I know that interception was dropped, and it would have been their 3rd of the game, and I will guarantee you, in the huddle, on the bench, all the defensive guys have been talking about is, we've got this guy right where we want him. Who's going to get the next one? It almost becomes a challenge, and they've missed a golden opportunity.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield, trying to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Whether you're playing West Coast offense or not, one of the maxims of the West Coast offense is you're either throwing a touchdown or a check down. In other words, look for the big shot, but be smart. I think they did exactly that on that play. They didn't get the 1st down, but they're taking care of the ball well.
Yeah, and being rightly cautious with that lead here in the 2nd half.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, Somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
But if these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they're going to have to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
Third down, Flacco needs a decent chunk of yardage. And able to find John Brown. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. First down, Ravens, as Flacco finds the former Cardinal John Brown. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Seattle, Washington. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Byron Maxwell. He was looking for Crabtree that time.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. Room here to run. Oh, shifty. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 15. 23 yards on the tuck and run. Now Wilson on first down. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the third in the game. And boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Second and 10, it's Wilson again. Flushed out right. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Seahawks add on to their lead. Nice execution there. Good job by the O-line getting him in for the second time.
And you always have to start with credit there when you're having a big game. I mean, you don't get there by yourself. That's rare. But how about the ability to see the proper holes, pick the proper place to go, and find his way into the end zone?
Janikowski good with the extra point, and that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. So that drive, 4 plays, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. And the Ravens taking the field. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not any chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And his throw is incomplete. He was looking for Nick Boyle that time. 3rd down here. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter and find their way open.
John Brown, and all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. John Brown, 44 yards, and the Ravens get a bit closer. And on that one, able to catch it, also able to have the wherewithal to take it in for the score.
And how about the phases of a successful catch and a completion of a play? Look the ball in, secure the catch, and then, of course, the run after the catch that ends up in the end zone.
Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that will get him one closer. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. Nifty move. Ooh, with a juke. And a nifty return there as he's all the way up past the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson eluding the pressure right. Look at the spin. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line.
All right, let's be frank. You hate the fumble at the end of the play. But prior to that, I liked a lot of what was going on. Tucks it down, takes off, picks up good yardage. But in that portion of the field, that close to the sideline,
Step out.
yeah, either get down or get out of bounds. Take care of the ball.
Yeah, he had the yards, but then the mistake. 16 yards on that one at a Raven first. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Crabtree with it over the middle. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is it not? With his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, but what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Here we go. 4th down, 4th quarter. Flacco. And he's got Snead. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 3rd down, this is Collins. And he will not only not get the yard he needed, he goes the wrong direction. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line.
Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. John Harbaugh not afraid to go for it this time. Doesn't work out. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Well, their first 4th down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any 4th down stop is a big momentum play.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Despite the lead here in the 4th, they're still taking shots.
Not content to sit on this lead at all. And to me, it raises the question of what's right in this game nowadays. Do you sit on the ball and run it because you have enough of a lead? Or do you try and extend it because you always feel like the other team can come back?
Extend it. Have some fun.
The good signal callers would never go back in the huddle and play the blame game because they need those guys to protect him. But on that last one, his offensive line, they lost their leverage very quickly, and that's why they were able to get to him and hit him as he tried to throw the football and force an incompletion.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd. I don't know, he had to be pretty quick with his fingers to start and stop after the ball hit the ground. I'm giving him some credit.
Well, I'm thinking about the mental focus, you know?
Yeah.
The mental focus.
Yeah, that's true.
Got to stay with it.
That's true. Escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. Not often do 4th down conversions result in 23 yards, but that's the case here. 1st down. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. Baldwin with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this one. He's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. They run it with Carson. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. Brandon Carr there to make the stop. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Boy, he came in off the edge so quickly there.
Look out, because that's exactly what it was being shouted by the offensive lineman to his quarterback because he had no chance to block him.
Wilson of the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. Here's Wilson, flush to his right. He can run for it, and he will. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Under the category of obvious, you hate giving up a first down on 3rd and long. And somehow he finds his way downfield and picks it up.
Yeah, if you look at the coverage defensively, oh, this is great, but no one accounted for him at the quarterback spot.
At some point, you actually have to tackle him and get him on the ground short of the first down marker.
And now it's 2nd down, but here's the field goal team out onto the field. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Janikowski bangs it through, and that lead will move from 20 up now to 23. Well, it's hard to put your finger on whether this is something to celebrate or something maybe the offense is embarrassed by, but that's now 6 field goals he's made in this game alone.
Yeah, he's bailed him out quite a bit so far, but it's very comforting to know that you have a kicker that's got your back.
And this one recovered by the hands team for the Ravens. The Ravens offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
Let's make this one simple. What a catch, especially the finishing part of getting his feet in bounds, toe tapping, and of course, foot dragging.
A little tapestry, if you will.
Oh, I like it.
That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, as this game continues to evolve in the NFL, you know how much coaches love run after catch, but you know what they love even more? Completions.
Yeah, just holding on to the ball.
Catch it, cover it, tuck it away. Whatever you get after that is almost gravy. That's how a lot of these receivers are being taught now.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Flacco will come to the line, 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. On 1st down, Flacco. And the Seahawks defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got it 2nd and goal as they look for a late touchdown. First down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further. Flacco here on 2nd down. That is caught inside the 5. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Really nice gain on the completion. However, still 3rd and goal that they face now. 3rd and goal, Flacco. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the all-pro free safety, Earl Thomas. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. Crabtree, the intended receiver.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, second down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Wilson. It's caught on the left side by Baldwin. And he's brought down after a good gain. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Flushed out right. They find some open field here. And he's brought down. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Wilson on 1st and 10, eluding the pressure right, and some room to work. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains, that one for 14 yards and another first. On 1st down, Wilson escaping the pressure right. He's to the 10 and all the way down to the 5. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. That'll leave him with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal. Now it's Wilson. Flush, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So we've seen this before. He's made 6 already, and now he'll try to become just one of a handful of men to make 7 in a game. And the now 40-year-old veteran able to put this one through, and that will make the lead now 26. So it's a drive that ends in 3, and I know that that line sounds familiar. It's because I've said it 7 times now, and that leaves him one short of the NFL record of 8 field goals in one game.
It has been a lot of settling for 3, but I tell you what, it's nice to know that you have someone this reliable to turn to.
Now after the made field goal, here's Sebastian Janikowski to kick it away. On the return, here's White. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. One last gasp for Flacco. And this is dropped it incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone, as time has run out on this ball game. A big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory, and the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week, we'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points, allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.